All right, we're back for episode 52 of the Idiot Circle. I'm Mike.
I'm Fred.
The Czar.
Oh, he doesn't even use his real name anymore. When's it going to be
Mike.
When's it going to be the symbol?
Just like Prince, I'm not going to warn anybody. I'm just going to throw it out there and say, I'm no longer Czar. I'll be referred to as the symbol.
The symbol is going to look like this. It's going to be like this, and then whoop, whoop.
So I think it's gonna look like this with two giant round circles at the bottom.
Exactly. That's exactly.
But Mike, join me in this. Rob, you are a douche.
Canoe.
Maybe I'll make that as my symbol.
Douche canoe.
I'll make
perfect.
Douche canoe as a symbol.
Yeah. Have a bag sitting in a.
Wait a minute. Wait. Something's missing.
What's missing? I don't know. Tim's missing.
Tim, that's it. Where the hell's Tim?
He's up. He's up north. Up north.
He's up north. Up north.
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 Yeah, north.
Yes.
Yeah, he's snorting up north. I think he's finally riding, right?
He is, which to me is, talking about the Trojans boner play of the year. Even not just me, but his wife wrote his ass about going up there, but he said, "Oh, I'm going to take it easy."
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't go up with him this time?
No, it's just this is the guy's trip.
Okay. Yeah, rightly so.
There's going to be a lot of this going on.
You think?
I mean? Yeah.
Yep. I wouldn't doubt it.
And
probably a lot of this going on.
When the officer pulls him over on the trail, sir, how many cocktails have you had today?
One.
I had two.
Yeah.
The common answer.
You ever notice that? Any guy gets pulled over, sir, how many cocktails have you had? Have you had anything to drink? Two. I mean, you could literally be Martin and have 50 and say two. And the same thing goes with women, right? When you get with a woman, oh, how many men have you been with? Two. Yeah. It's like you're dating Heidi Fleiss, and she's still saying two.
Well, right. I mean, if they ask you how many glasses of beer you had, you could say one. I just filled it 50 times,
Yeah.
Right.
So
two.
Dos Equis.
Yes. So,
Fred,
boys,
did you say you had a topic for us tonight? You bring
well, the good thing is I got a couple topics. So,
he does. Okay, good.
Yeah. So I'm going to start off with it's sports related. I know we were Sorry, Ruth.
Well, Ruth, I don't think she ever gave us a topic.
But it's NASCAR. We're going to talk about NASCAR.
Yeah, right. So I just happened to be listening to a podcast, or it was like a snippet from it, and I know that we've all have ventured into talking about or making fun of the XFL. Okay, yeah. So I just happened to was flipping around and stopped on a show, and a guy asked the question, who would win between the XFL and Georgia?
Oh, Georgia. Wipe them out.
Yeah. So the funny part about it is they all agreed. Now, we have all talked about before, hey, the worst NFL team, against the best college team, the college, there's no way.
College team would get killed.
Right. But the thing is what people are saying, well, what about the XFL? They got blah, blah, blah. And none of those guys are ever going to make the NFL. Well, AJ McCarron's better than Stilson or whatever.
Stenson Bennett.
You know what? There is a point there, but McCarron is one of the guys that should still be in the NFL. He took like a $3 million pay cut because he wanted to play and he wanted his kids to watch him play. But
not sit in the silence, yes.
And there's very few like that, but. XFL now sits behind not just the NFL, all that talent pool,
USFL,
Canadian football, USFL, and now XFL.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Stetson Bennett has 2 years less experience than AJ McCarron, so he's only 38 years old.
Right. So,
Fucking guy.
He's older
So-
than the starting quarterback for the Bears, right?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, and that's the funny thing too is when someone says USFL or XFL, and you start hearing all these names and you remember them back when they were in college. Well, we're putting all these kids together. Well, guess what? These are kids that were or men that were either undrafted or drafted in the fifth, sixth, seventh round of the NFL draft, got cut, tried to make it in arena football, tried to make it, in USFL. But the thing is you you look at Georgia's lineup and you got at least 30 guys on that team that are going to
Gonna
be
play in the NFL.
yeah, playing in NFL, and you can say about 80% of them are probably going to be impactful.
Fred Arlington had a receiver, their number one receiver, no less. He was at least 276 pounds.
He's a receiver?
He was a receiver. I mean, the talent pool in the XFL, I've watched, I don't know why I've done this, but I've watched like 5 games. I think it's because when I was in Arlington a month ago, I texted you guys.
Right.
And I would happen to be at the hotel as the Las Vegas Viper. So
Was it a Best Western or something?
yeah, it was like we'll leave the lights on for you.
Hotel 6.
Six, yeah.
And I guess maybe that's the tie. So I've watched a couple of these games, but I'm watching them like, and there's no scoring because they're so unorganized, they're so undisciplined, there's so lack of talent on the offensive side.
Mm-hmm.
They have seems like a little bit better talent on the defensive side of these teams.
Well, it's because the offense is so bad it makes the defense look good.
It's yeah. And
so let me ask you that. Let's say an XFL team had a full, the OTAs, the whole year to longer than what they had. I think they had 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Okay. If they had a full, training camp and everything else like that, and then had to play Georgia, what would be the results?
Go ahead, Mike. I'll let you answer first.
I mean, Georgia as last year's team or Georgia this year? Because who knows what Georgia's going to do this year?
No, I think they're going to take a step back, but
yeah, I mean the problem is that these guys have practiced. Some of them have been teammates for multiple years, right? And these guys from the XFL are just starting out, so to me, it makes sense that the offense is not clicking because it takes a lot to gel an offense. You need to play together for quite a while for that to happen. Defense, I mean, it's a little easier because, how many defensive schemes can you have really? Right?
Yeah. And it's like, okay, what is your job? Ball snapped, go get the ball.
I think Georgia would still win, but I mean, if these teams stayed together for multiple years and the players stayed together, then you have an argument that maybe they might be able to beat Georgia. But I mean, there's guys that are playing on Georgia or played on Georgia last year that are better than any of those guys. I mean, there's no question.
It's pretty bad when you turn it on real quick, and you know how I am. It's like I gravitate to something, and I'm sitting there watching, and the team just goes 3 and out, and as they're running off the field, I have to see Bushel Beatty running off the field, and I'm like, the man's like Jonathan Erickson in hockey for me. I don't know how. Every time I turn the TV on, and it's either the USFL, XFL, whatever, I always have to see that prick who I hated at Michigan ends up being on TV, and of course Kevin sees it, and what's he do? Hey, did you see who's playing? I'm like,
so the thing, it's weird because that's my only sport is football, but I haven't watched any of the XFL. I don't know why exactly. I mean, I go through a depressing period when football's not on, to be honest.
That's true.
But I can't bring myself to watch it. I don't know why. I've watched the Lions my whole life losing. I mean, I watched every game the 0-16 year, but I can't watch a fucking XFL game. I'm just mentally can't get up for it. I don't know.
So, do you know what their premise is? So, the USFL played all their games in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
Every XFL team is housed. So the Vipers are still at that hotel. Their main training center, all of them are in Arlington, and they only go to their cities for the game to play.
That makes
no sense whatsoever.
To tell you the truth, I didn't think it made sense, the USFL in Birmingham. I get the travel expenses. They couldn't find places to play, but I mean, it was just they had nobody go to those.
First of all, number one, I think there's two reasons. One, they were trying to find one place that was centrally located. Two, a little amount of money they had to find something that wasn't going to be expensive. And of course, the NFL wasn't going to allow them to to start off using their stadium unless they were successful and knowing that they were going to get some sort of cut of it. So I think, some like Birmingham's, where they play the East-West Shrine game or the.
But Fred, that stadium, the Capital One Bowl in Orlando, sits empty. It used to play bowl games. It's still there. It would have been better to centrally locate the USFL in Orlando than
I think, but Orlando's expensive, right? I think Birmingham, as far as housing players and stuff, is probably a lot cheaper than I think they wanted. To me, last year for the USFL was a proof of concept. Will this work? Can we survive a season?
Yep.
Because
we're gonna see. We're gonna definitely see the kinks and stuff like that. We just got to work them out.
Did the proof of concept work? Because obviously I don't know what the ratings were, but they had no fan support.
Right. I think they had enough interest so that now they can, like Michigan, the Panthers are going to play in Michigan, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're playing at Ford Field.
So, I mean, that's going to help. I mean, I'll probably go see a game down there. Why not? I mean, tickets are probably going to be dirt cheap. So why not go down there? But we talked about going to Birmingham. Even that would have been cool too. A guy's weekend to see like fucking 6 football games for $20.
Right.
I think the tickets were $10, and if you it wasn't $10 per game. If you bought a ticket for the first game, you could have stayed for all the games that day, because they had like 3 games a day
there and camp out and just
that would have been actually kind of fun.
It's kind of like going to one of those rock
exactly
festivals.
Exactly. That would have
like
been
Fast for Horses or whatever. But so that was one of the subjects I thought I'd bring up and just see what you guys thought about that.
Well, speaking of Georgia,
I still think Georgia would win. I think their play would get a little better, but the talent pool is just not there, I don't think, in the XFL.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you put all the talent into one team, if they could beat Georgia. I mean, it's bad. Watch a game and then tell me what you think.
All you have to do is watch one quarter of it, and you're gonna like go, eh. It's like
I'm getting desperate for football, so maybe.
Yeah. Well, USFL is starting next month.
Yeah.
Yes, they start in April.
Yeah.
So folks, what do you think? Any of you guys out there? Hey, Brock, what do you think about that? I'm sure maybe you check it out once in a while and let us know what you think.
Yeah,
but
I don't think Brock's watching the XFL.
Probably not.
I think the old XFL, when it was owned by McMahon, was probably
when they had He Hate Me and all that.
Yeah.
That's all that anybody remembers.
The truth, the one right, the truth.
Well, remember the game used to start out by somebody running from the goal line to get the ball, and the first game that was on TV, the guy dove for the ball and dislocated his arm and was out for the year. It was the only time he was on the field.
What was it, like a dodgeball thing where they ran?
No, they ran, and then whoever recovered the fumble or the ball, that's who got the ball first.
That's awesome.
and the guy got
It's like dodgeball. That's how it starts.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody runs to the middle and grab the balls.
So speaking of Georgia, what's going on with your boy Jalen Carter? Isn't he like in some kind of legal? Like he lent somebody? Yeah. Did you hear about this?
No.
He lent somebody a gun, and that person murdered somebody.
No. That's not.
That's Jalen what I heard.
Carter. No,
he was driving. He was driving in
a
car, and a gun that was used in a shooting was in the same car.
That's not it.
That's not it either.
No, it is the two people the two guys, the one girl and the football player who died in the car accident, like a couple of days after the.
Oh, is that what it was? A car accident?
Yeah. Okay. So, according to, he was he had an arrest warrant for him because he was involved in the drag racing of the two cars.
That's what it is. So who's the guy that?
That's I think Brandon Miller or some.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from Alabama.
Oh, yeah, that's a basketball player. Yeah, I got him mixed up. My bad.
Yeah. So no problem. Here's my opinion on it. Number one, I don't think it's really going to impact, him being one of the top 5 picks. He will not fall to the Lions because of it or anything like that at 6. Because if he falls at 6, the Lions should just sprint up there and hand him the card, because he'll be a showstopper.
Really, you feel that way?
Yeah. Yes. So, not to mention the fact.
Is there a Red Wings game on or something, Fred?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, there is. Why?
Because I could see you watching it.
No, so here's my thing. They arrest him or put a warrant out for his arrest. Okay. First of all, I can understand if they're going to put out an arrest warrant for him if he maybe clipped the car and caused the accident. But he was ahead of them or just behind him, and they crashed. Well, he got onto the crash site and he left, came back 90 minutes later. So he left the scene. Okay, he left the scene. So I don't know if he contacted somebody to come to the scene to see if if anyone was alive or whatever. But they said they were drag racing. Well, how many people? I mean, how many people does that happen to? I mean, they're drag racing and they lose control of their car. Okay, first of all, the guy's blood alcohol was a 0.19. Okay, the girl in the car, who knows if she was saying slow down. His car was going, they said like 119 miles per hour. But they were racing and going between traffic and all that stuff and trying to get ahead of each other. But at no point did his car make contact with the other car. So
then,
sure,
yeah, it's no problem him leaving. I mean, that's
reckless
not in the accident.
Yeah, reckless driving, sure, all that stuff. But I guess he left the combine, went down and spoke with the authorities. They released him and they let him come back to the combine. So I think what's going to happen there, he's got two counts against him. Both of them are misdemeanors. I think one will get dismissed, and the other one he'll end up getting a probably a restricted license. Which what does he carry? He's going to be able to afford a limo or someone to drive him.
Did he get pulled over by the police though, or
no?
Then how can they get him for reckless driving?
Because he was part of the
race. He probably admitted to racing this kid. And then
why would he even do that? They can't give you a ticket if they catch you on camera or something, reckless driving, can they? I thought the police had to pull you over for it.
No, you can in certain states now. You can they have cameras on the freeway, so they can time you and give you speeding tickets just from that. Florida is notorious for having the red light cameras. So if you run a red light or turn on right when you're not supposed to, you get a ticket too.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
I really don't think it affects his draft status. Sure, are there teams out there?
Maybe not him. I mean, it could affect a guy who wasn't that talented because teams would say that shows a careless lifestyle, and we don't want to waste.
And that's what some of these teams are that would probably pass on him is because of that, because maybe they're trying to create a different type of culture in that organization. But I know that the Bengals and the Ravens would grab him in a heartbeat because talk about a team of filled with convicts.
Well, not the Bengals anymore.
Well, the Bengals of old.
Browns, maybe.
Yeah, Browns.
Back in the day, the L. Davis Raiders, they would have scooped him up in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
Come see the Browns games. We got murderers, rapists,
contortionists. We got everything.
We got a sheep in the backfield. You won't even believe what it can do.
Yes.
I went to a crime scene and a football game broke out.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that one, Mike. So
you go to the Brown game and it's a chance of drive-by.
Yes. Partly cloudy.
Windy, partly cloudy.
No question about it.
The dog pound.
Yes. So, but I really don't think that. I don't really think it affects him. I know that he's going to answer questions and things at the combine. He's going to participate compared to some of these people like Mazzie Smith, who's decided not to, participate at the combine, even though he was invited. He's just going to do his pro day at Michigan. So,
you know what I can't get over is, so you have these guys that will decide not to do that, right? And then just have the pro day. How could that hurt you, Mike? I mean, really? I mean, if we know one thing about the NFL. If you can throw a football, catch a football, tackle somebody, or run faster than most of the people, you're going to have a job in the NFL. I don't care what you do. You can murder someone. They're going to look for ways to get you a ball.
Oh, I mean, Ray Lewis.
They're going to look for ways to get you on the field. There's no doubt about it.
Isn't it funny that if you think back in the day, like when Warren Sapp fell down the draft board because he smoked weed.
Yeah, can you imagine?
He'd be one of the first 4 people picked in any draft. From the last 6 years, let's say the last 6 years. So it's just crazy how things have kind of evolved a little bit.
Hypocritical kind of comes to mind when you talk about the NFL.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah.
My God, I can't believe you got a felony. What are you talking about? You got 3.
Well, just before, what was the guy who beat the crap out of his wife?
Ray Rice.
Okay.
Ray Rice, yeah.
Just 2 weeks before that knucklehead commissioner came out and said, 0 tolerance on violence, especially against women.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took them like 16 months to make a decision.
Yeah.
And if you saw the video, I mean, it wasn't
like, is that grainy? Are you sure that's him?
Are you sure that's him? No, it's obvious.
No. I'm like,
crazy.
0 tolerance against women and children. 0 tolerance. So
what about Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, unless
you can run a football or run.
Unless you can run or throw or catch or tackle or we'll make some exceptions.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hey, talk about Valentine's Day. So
which is already passed.
It's already passed. What did you guys do for Kendra on Valentine's Day?
We went and saw Altered Bridge with Kevin and Tori.
I'm asking what you did just for her. That was a little bit for you too, maybe.
Right. I got her a card.
You care to read some of the sentiments that you put in the card?
Happy Valentine's Day, Fred.
That was it?
No, I don't remember what I wrote. All I know is I got her a card. I didn't get anything, but I don't expect anything because typically I don't really consider that a holiday. It's just one more thing to trip up a man.
You didn't run
to get in trouble with a woman.
You didn't run upstairs just before bedtime and light some candles and.
That would be weird because that's where Lauren sleeps, and that would be kind of weird. So. Yeah, so no, it wasn't running upstairs, and this guy's not running anywhere.
Yeah,
good point. Unless it's his mouth.
What did you do, Mike?
Tammy and I don't celebrate it. But normally I
Bunch
get
of fucking romantics here, I see.
Yeah. Normally I go up to the Sweet Tooth and get my girls and Tammy candy, but Tammy said, "Do not buy me candy this year. I don't want it. If it's here, I'll eat it. So don't get me anything." I still got my girls some candy because it's like their favorite holiday of the year. It's like a tradition, so they're all about it. Tammy's not about it. I think we might have went to dinner though on that day. Nothing special, but I think we might have
you
went to
would
dinner.
know because every restaurant is like jam packed.
Yeah, I don't know if we did that day or the next day. I don't remember, but we don't celebrate it. We don't do sweetest.
So you've never
Day
been
either.
caught by Tammy like, hey, don't buy me anything for Valentine's Day, and then you don't, and then she gets pissed at you.
No, Tammy would never do that. No, never happened.
Does that ever happen with you and your?
I would say no, that hasn't. Because I usually get whoever I was with or on Valentine's Day, I would get them something, be it a card or take them to dinner or whatever. But I'm more curious about what you bought for your hand, Rob.
He got a new glove.
I got new.
Is there a new? Is it
a new lotion?
Yeah, I was going to ask you. How's the new Jergens lotion going?
I was
pina colada,
jerking a soda.
I was jerking himself a soda. Yep.
My boss scheduled a sales meeting for our team in Orlando on Valentine's Day, and we were doing a team dinner that night, and we couldn't get in anywhere because everybody was filled. So we went to the most crappiest Italian restaurant in Orlando, because they were the only place that had availability. You know, when you walk in on Valentine's to a restaurant and there's nobody in there but you, there's a problem.
Well, yeah, it's because it's been dinner was done at like 3:30 because all the senior citizens came in and ate.
The blue hairs.
There was nobody in there ever. I mean, it was just Orlando's a little different than rest of Florida. Orlando's a little more younger.
Okay.
It's not.
It's pretty bad when the Italian restaurant's named Jose's.
No, Hose B.
Yeah.
Actually, we did go. Now I'm thinking about it. We did go to dinner because I was working in Sterling Heights, and Allie and Tammy were shopping around the mall, not at the mall, but across the street, like the Costco and stuff. No, it's across from Lakeside Mall. They have like Costco and Home Goods and all that. And I met them at the Lebanese Grill, so I do remember that. So
was it good?
Stuffed
yeah,
grape.
I love that place. Yeah.
Stuffed grape leaves, baby.
I do the chicken shawarma.
Oh,
and I love the garlic sauce and the bread. Oh,
yeah, yeah. You just cannot go wrong.
You know that place in Port Huron across from McMorran. It's kind of dingy, but they do a great chicken shawarma. They really do. It's called Cedars, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that's like right by the
old Subway.
Yeah, the old Subway. Yeah.
Nice. I'll have to check it out.
Shawarma is good, and you know what I get? They will give you. I do, instead of regular pickles, I do the pickled like radish with it.
Yeah, like
the extra of that, and then I have them not only just give me the garlic sauce paste
and hummus.
I make them give me hummus too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
Well, I don't think you make them give you hummus. You just ask for it and they'll bring it to you. They're just going to charge you for it. It's not like say, hey, you know what? You're such a great customer. We're going to just bring you some hummus.
Yeah. Well, no, they won't. They'll just put the garlic paste on it. You have to ask for hummus, or they won't do it.
Yeah. You have to demand it. Apparently,
you have to demand it. Yeah. Eat the shit out of it.
Yeah, you're so forceful, Rob.
Yeah, you're such a guy. You had another topic though, Rob. What was your other topic?
Well, you know what? I was looking some wacky news out there, and something happened in Michigan.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's Michigan news. This is, and I'm going to give you the news and see. I'm going to give you a snippet and see if either one of you can guess it.
Okay.
Okay.
Darwin turned 20 years old the other day. 20 years and 304 days old the other day. And he became the Guinness World Record oldest what in the world?
Animal. Cat.
That's actually a good guess, because a 20-year-old cat would be, but I think there are some cats that are like 20 years old.
Okay.
No, not a cat. Fred? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just.
Darwin is the owner. The name of the pet is Peanut.
Peanut.
So I'm thinking maybe it's
Not, don't think of like a house pet.
No, I was thinking about one of the animals at the Detroit Zoo. Maybe a monkey, or maybe a kangaroo, or I don't know.
Want the answer?
Well, yeah.
Well, at some point.
Chicken.
A chicken.
Almost a 21-year-old chicken.
Wow.
Well, he's almost able to drink.
Exactly. What would a chicken like that taste like, you think?
Horrible. Horrible. It'd be like eating a 28-inch, 32-inch walleye.
Yeah.
You want to get 18 to 20 in the walleye range, otherwise they get too big, they get too mealy, old, and
yuck.
Hey,
that sounds nasty.
Fred, did you get some perch? Did you show us pictures of some perch? From your buddy? Did you get some?
That was a while ago, but I will tell you that this past Friday, Kendra and I went to the Moose, and we had the perch dinner there, because obviously Lent is in full circle right now, or in high mode. So went there, and I'll tell you now, they had an aioli sauce. It was a horseradish aioli sauce.
Aioli?
That
was it brown and chocolatey looking?
Served out of a starfish.
Did it look like pudding?
It was a bit nutty.
But
man, it was really good. It was jam packed.
I don't know if I'd like horseradish though with my fish.
But it's a mayo with horseradish, kind of a
aioli is actually like sriracha and mayo.
Okay.
Well, whatever. Horseradish and mayo, that's horsey sauce from Arby's, basically.
Well, let me just tell you, it had a great flavor. It had a little bit of a zing. Tasted great on the perch. Kendra got mad at me because I ordered her perch. She wanted cod, but she walked away from me. So I ordered 2 perch dinners because I didn't know what she wanted. So it was like everything went wrong that night.
Who chooses cod over perch?
Really? I mean, is that nuts or what?
I think she's always liked cod, and their cod that they have there is actually really good. I just like perch because it's not kind of like where you go some places and there's so much breading on it. You get like, it's 3% perch and the rest is breading. I'm not into
lightly sauteed.
Yes. And
like cod you can get anywhere. I mean, shit.
Sure.
Freaking Alabama you can get cod, but you can't get perch everywhere. I mean,
right.
that's why I have perch. If I have the choice, I go with the perch because you can't get it everywhere.
I'll give you a story. So I went to Perch. What point?
Perch Point.
So when I lived back there,
they don't have perch there.
Yeah, so look, I go to Adair Bar, and the Adair Bar is just backed up so much, and I'm like, I'm going to go to that Perch Point. So I go to Perch Point. I go up, and it's basically like a church one, right? It's just 2 ladies at a table collecting money and go get your
white bread with.
Yeah. So I said to the lady, I said,
yeah,
I'll have the perch dinner. And the lady said, well, we don't have perch. I said, isn't the fucking name Perch Point?
You should call it Cod Point.
She said, yeah, but we only have cod. And I started to walk out, and she was like, well, but our cod's good. And I'm like, I don't want cod. I could go to
Culver's
and get a better cod sandwich than what you're gonna make. I can guarantee you. I want perch.
Yeah, it's tough to find somebody that actually prepares perch the right way. But usually, when you go to those church venues like the Knights of Columbus and American Legion and all those places, most of them they're gonna be doing cod. They're not gonna have perch.
Usually pretty good though. I mean, nothing like
I mean,
greasy cod dinner.
Yep.
And some Bud Lights.
Yep. And then
who does a good perch?
Off the hook.
Oh yeah, you did. We went there. That was really good.
Yeah.
But in Port Huron, the chicken place. What's the chicken place?
Oh, you mean
Palms
Crystal Bar.
Yeah.
So they don't have it all the time, but when they do have it, if you see it on, like, they don't have it on their regular menu, but if you go in the back, they'll have it written on that board. If you see it, get it. It's unbelievable.
Their
chicken noodle.
Their mushroom soup is awesome.
Oh,
their mushroom soup.
Their chicken noodle soup is stupid ridiculous. It's really good.
I think they're I only had it once. I told you guys about it. They have a spicy chicken sandwich. It's on Texas toast.
Oh, you're all about the Texas toast.
Oh my God, it's so good.
You're a Texas toast guy. I know that.
I do like Texas toast.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
What other good perch? Now I want to come back just to get some perch. Man.
Well, let's see. Catch 22 has perch.
I don't like that restaurant.
Well, I do. I mean, everybody has their
opinions.
I mean, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. But
everybody poops. There's no doubt.
Yep,
about it.
That's
There's
right.
a book.
Yep. Yes, hopefully, Jesus, can you imagine not pooping?
So I mean, places like Off the Hook. I don't know if the Raft has anything like that, or any of those places going up the water.
Off the Hook's my favorite.
Yeah,
it is good.
Obviously, Fish Co's got it, and
I don't like their perch though.
I do, but I'll tell you, the worst place ever is the Voyager. I had their perch there when Uncle Bill was in town.
I agree.
And I'm like, I said, this is not perch. It was thick and big. And I'm like, this is not perch. And they, and I know
it was Goby.
Was it ocean perch? Because maybe.
Oh, ocean perch is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not, I mean, I didn't even finish my dinner, and I went home and made myself a sandwich. I'm like, I couldn't deal with it. And I'm like, I brought the lady over and said, number one, this is not perch. Number two, if that's perch, your cook should be fired. 3, I want my money back, because this is terrible.
We have a mutual friend, Karen Schweihofer. She goes to, what's the place across from the Voyager? Used to be the
Pepper Joe's.
Pepper Joe's. And I've had bites of hers. They do a coconut battered perch, and it's actually pretty good.
Interesting.
And I don't like Pepper Joe's normally, but I mean,
Pepper Joe's is okay. Like if you're out on the boat and you need to stop and get a quick bite to eat. I mean, you're not going to get something that's like spectacular, but it's serviceable.
Have we ever told on this show our story on the boat and we stopped at the
Now we're going to tell it. No, we haven't talked about it.
But... We haven't?
No.
We have one time.
No. Go ahead.
Is this the comparison story?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Rob.
Rob, you got to tell it.
I'll start.
Yeah, because it happened. You're the one that started, and it happened to you, not to us.
I didn't want someone. We were all 3 of us. Was there anybody else, or was
it just the 3 of us?
Just 3 of us.
We're on Fred's boat, and of course, it was a beautiful day, and we're hanging out, having a good time. I remember I had to jump in the water at Lakeside Beach to get the anchor. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, we almost killed Mike.
Yeah.
Almost ran him over. Remember, we almost hit that other boat.
Oh, that was Kevin, you and I down in Marysville. I jumped out of the boat.
No. Remember, the anchor didn't stay, and we drifted towards that boat. We had to go underneath their anchor thing, and oh my God, it's a total amateurs right there on that one. I'm like, oh boy, I'm out of here.
3 guys drinking on a boat. They should have expected this shit, right?
Right.
Oh, we pull into the Black River and we're trying to look for a place to eat. And I can't remember who said zebra. Fred, you?
I said, well, we could go to the Zebra. I mean, we can park the boat right out front and walk right in.
And you know why I was curious? Because I had never been in the Zebra in my life. So I thought, well, here's a good chance to give the Zebra a try. So we all sit down at a table. The lady comes over and she looks like the typical Zebra waitress, right?
Yeah.
60
Marge.
years old.
Marge.
You know,
I don't know. That wasn't her name, but
chain smoking Camel, non-filters on her break.
Right.
You know,
Well, yeah, she used to be one of the waitresses at the Linwood. So does that tell you? Okay. Yeah, so she moved up in the world.
She moved up, yeah. So she comes over and she had, would you guys say, a cantankerous little spirit to her? I mean, she was
she was feisty.
Feisty, which you know, like you and I like that, right?
Banter,
yeah. Well, let me just tell you, when we went to the Linwood, Nancy and I would go to the Linwood, and she was there. Nancy goes, "Oh my God," because I don't know, she couldn't stand. She hated Nancy or she hated me because the way we ordered things differently than just saying, "Hey, we just want this, bring it to us." But you could just tell that she was just like, she did not want to wait on us. So that's kind of how, when I saw her in there, I'm like, oh my God. I'm sure I'm sure she did, because we used to go to Linwood quite a bit. But
well, you lived right by it, right?
Sure, yeah.
So the three of us sit down, and of course we're three good old Marine City boys, and we're going to order burgers in a bar. And I'm the novice of this group because I've never been in there. And I asked the lady, how's your burgers? And she said, well, the best. And then, of course, I said to her, I just want to let you know, man, we're from Marine City. So, that's a pretty high bar that you're trying to jump over. Gar's Burger. And she was not impressed with that statement.
No.
And she said, oh, yeah, we're just as good, if not better.
She did.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm like, oh God, she's in for a rude awakening here.
That's like Rob at 4 years old, someone telling him that there's no Santa Claus. That's like shattered his world.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, all right, bring it on, large Marge. So she comes back. She comes back, 10, 15 minutes later. She's got our burgers, all on two hands, the whole order. She sets them down. We start putting our stuff, eating burgers. And was it a good, fair bar burger? Sure.
No, I'd say below average.
Yeah. Below? You think below?
Yeah. I mean,
probably not as even good as Winter Circle, right?
No, because Winter Circle, you see, they make them by hand. That Zebra burger looked like it was a frozen patty. It was a pre-done thing. I can tell a frozen burger from a real burger. That was like, it was too circular, too perfect.
Had the little holes in
it. Yeah, exactly.
Not to mention the fact the sign that says on the roof, Zebra Bar Lounge, we're home of the famous zebra burger.
Yeah. Is that zebra meat? I don't know. Maybe it's
could be.
Maybe that's what they're trying to tell
you. You're gonna get a zebra burger that's made out of kangaroo meat.
But honestly, when she came by and asked us how the burgers are, what did I say to her, Mike?
Do you want the truth, or do you want me to lie to you? Is that something like that?
Do you want the truth, or would you rather me lie to you?
Yeah.
She goes, well, the truth. He goes, not even close. Gar burgers are 4 times better than this one. And she's just like,
she was disgusted with you, Rob. Yeah. I mean, we could have went, a mile down the road, just past the bridge, and got a Wendy's burger for better than that fucking burger.
Not to mention the fact that I'm like going, hey, Rob, you should be careful what you say, because if we order another draft beer, I can guarantee she spit in it.
Yeah. She was standing over it.
Yep.
Hawking a loogie in that bad boy.
Well, look at that.
Extra foam on the top. I wonder what that's hiding.
Right. Why is my phone green?
Why do I have to chew my beer? This is
am I in the Cape? I'm eating oysters.
I didn't know you had oyster beer.
What's the worst? I remember going into a McDonald's one time, and this ironically was somewhere between Orlando and Lakeland. I don't know exactly where. And I got a double cheeseburger for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good
And
choice.
I felt like they spit in it because the cheese was like slimy. It was horrible.
I haven't eaten yet, so can we?
I ordered a double cheeseburger for the McDouble or whatever from McDonald's. I usually would be traveling, so I was driving in my car. So I get on the road, open the wrapper up, go to bite into it. There's no fucking meat on it. It's a bun, no meat, no cheese.
My God!
Just fucking pickles,
Mike,
ketchup, mustard. I fucking whipped it around. I was on the highway, whipped it around, went back to the drive-thru. I was like, what the fuck?
Just happened to me Tuesday. I'm driving from St. Louis to Springfield, Missouri. It's a 3-hour drive. Halfway, I started the drive like at 5 a.m. About 8, I see a McDonald's, I pull over, and what do I get for breakfast?
Sausage McMuffin with egg.
Yep. I got the combo, right? So I got a coffee
with the hash brown.
With the hash brown. And I'm driving back on the road as I'm eating. And no lie, I opened it up. It was egg, cheese, and English muffin.
No sausage.
No sausage. And I thought about it.
How hard is it?
Well, it's hard enough to find people to work there. I mean, the term fast food doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Nah. So just the other day, I went through the drive-through just before Lent started because I gave up fast food for Lent, and I went through and I ordered a double cheeseburger with extra mustard. So I'm like, all right, cool. Get my drink, get the hamburger, open up the hamburger down the road, and it's extra ketchup instead of extra mustard. I'm like, I said, what? One's yellow and one's red. So let's think this out. Right. I mean, and especially when and the thing is the order pops up on the screen inside where they cook the food, and it says double cheeseburger, extra mustard, and they put extra ketchup instead.
I don't leave the drive-through now until I check everything in my bag. I don't care if it pisses people off behind me. I don't. Because I'll stay at that window.
Well, you waited for the people that were in front of you, probably did the same thing. So what? I mean,
nobody's right because they fuck up every order.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
It's crazy how they can fuck it up. I don't get it because if you go into a McDonald's, the ones that are run correctly, it's a fucking machine, man.
Sure,
they got it down. I mean, a lot of them have like the automated drinks now. They don't even have to handle the drinks. The fucking stuff comes out, it goes through the machine, it automatically goes to the end in order. I mean, how can you fuck that shit up?
Well, not to mention the fact now, if you go in there and you order a drink, they just hand you the cup and they say, you go fill it up.
Right, exactly.
All right. I said, is it going to cost me the same?
I love those memes at Christmas time. It showed a guy walking into Walmart. Hey, I'm here for the Walmart Christmas party. Since I have to pack my own bags now, I feel
right.
Where's the Christmas party? I want
the self-checkout.
Yeah,
I do. Do you guys use the self-checkout? I do because I hate fucking waiting in line.
Well, you know what? I try to go to the person because I know that they're working there because they need to keep their job.
I'm the same way. And even they're pushing you to the self-checkout. And you're
right,
like,
exactly.
You understand that your job's going away or whatever. Your job's going away.
Well, not to mention the fact the stupid self-checkout, there's not enough room to put your shit anywhere. And it's like 3 seconds after you're trying to open the bag and they're all stuck together and everything. Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get this damn bag to open up so I can put the fucking shit inside there. Oh my God. It just, and then of course you're doing it and all of a sudden, bing, the red light comes on. Need assistance. Well, that assistance is probably five minutes away. And of course they always have a walking boot on or a cane and they get lapped by an old lady with a walker. I mean, like whatever. I'm like, come on. And it's just, They come over. They don't even talk to you. They just come over, sweep, beep, 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 and walk away. I'm like, thank
Exactly.
you.
It happened to me last night. I went to Meijer, and I'm in Benton Harbor today and tomorrow. And I went to the Meijer here, and it was after 10 that I pulled in at night last night, and I had to get a couple things. I had to get like distilled water for my CPAP machine, all that bullshit. So
KY jelly.
yeah, I had to get NyQuil because I have a cold. You guys probably hear it, but anyway, I scan everything, and it needs assistance because I bought fucking NyQuil.
Right.
And there's nobody around.
Can I see your ID, please?
It was only self-checkout at that time. There was no regular lane. So I'm standing there, the fucking light's dinging on my thing, and I'm looking around like, what the fuck, man? It's NyQuil.
Yeah. And I understand if you had 27 bottles of it.
Right. I had one bottle of NyQuil.
Hi, I'm the new Breaking Bad.
Exactly.
Nothing pissed me off more than that North End Kroger. They'd be so busy, and they would have one person doing the checkout and forcing everybody to the self-checkout, and the self-checkout line would be all the way past, like, to the deli. And I'd be like, oh, I hate Kroger.
Yeah, that's a mess.
Man, it's stupid.
It's the way of the world, man. Can't find people to work either,
No, here's the sad part is I've been trying to find work and stuff like that, to supplement what I'm doing right now. And, and I got a couple prospects in there, but the problem is you're sitting there and you're trying to, you're looking for something to do, either part-time or full-time. And it's like, oh, this great thing comes up. And then it says it's $13 to $16 an hour. And I'm like, you know what? There comes a time where, I have sacrificed, and I have, my self-esteem, I have just kind of put it away, and I've done jobs that I've had to just so I didn't have to collect unemployment. And then trying to find something where, well, you show that you have a college degree, and they don't want anything to do with you because they think that you're going to come in and ask for $1 million because you got a degree. All I want to do is work, man. All I want to do is work. Just pay me a decent wage where I can survive and, be able to pay my house payment, put food on my table, be able to build up a retirement plan, be able to go on a vacation once in a while. I don't need to make $60 an hour. Okay. Just, give me something that I'm.
Is this a shameless plug to our listening audience to get you a job?
Get a job.
Someone out there, if you're having a job for Fred, give him a call.
Well, like I said, the job I have right now, I absolutely love it. I mean, I hate missing. Like if there's a snow day, it's kind of bittersweet for me because I love helping the kids. But the pay that I get for that job is
appalling.
It is. But again, that's just the way it is right now. But I'd rather be working than sitting at home in unemployment and waiting for them to try to trip me up. So I have to pay the money back because that's all they do there.
In 2008, that was the crash, and I was out of work for like 6 months. Matter of fact, I lost everything. And I was in such a depression state because I laid on the couch for 6 months, man. In 2008 down here in Florida, I could have gone to McDonald's. They wouldn't have even hired me. They were like, we don't have jobs anymore. I remember I had a Nissan 350Z. I drove it to the dealership that I bought it 2 years before. I walked up to the service counter. I threw the lady behind the counter the keys to it. She's like, what is this for? I said, you'll figure it out. I had like $5,000 in my pocket. I went to a buy here, pay here place, and I bought an old beat up F-150 pickup. That's what I drove around for 2 years until I could get back on my feet. I was like, yeah, you figure it out. I mean, like, what are you?
Yeah, I'm trading this in. I need money.
No, well, I didn't even tell him that. I'm like, before you come and get it, I'm giving it back to you.
Right. So
yeah,
sucks.
Yep. So
we all go through it. I mean, that's the beauty of life. It's like how you ride up these. You got these hills and valleys in your life.
Well, just like in the movie Rocky Balboa, where he he talks to his son and says, life's not all about sunshines and rainbows, and it's not how you if you get knocked down, it's not how you stay down, it's how you get back up and fight against it. And he goes, go out and get what you're worth, and blah blah blah. And the thing is for me, if I want to go out and get anything where I'm worth, I'm going to have to drive 2 hours away from where I'm at right now. And so, I mean, and the thing is I don't want to move.
You've looked for some of these companies are hiring remote workers though.
Yep. And that's kind of what I've been looking at right now. And one of my former colleagues from Baker College just called me about 100% remote job at home, doing what I'm basically doing right now. So I'm applying for that tomorrow. So cross our fingers that comes into play, because that would be great for me, and and being able to feel comfortable again and feel, because again, like you said, Rob, when you're sitting there and you're trying to find work and you're out for a long time, it gets depressing.
Feel like a loser.
Oh well, hey, you've just hit it right on the head, because that's what I feel like right now. I mean, I keep texting Kendra, feeling and seeing all these things building up, and after Christmas, and like I feel like I have an ulcer coming on, because and I'm texting her saying, hey, am I a failure? Am I a loser? What, blah blah blah. I just feel it, and then she's got to talk me off the bridge some days. So, I want to all I want to do is make my kids proud, and be able to provide, if they ever needed anything, to be able to help them out, and then be able to put a roof over my head, and be able to enjoy the rest of my working years, so I can enjoy my retirement years, if I ever get a chance to do that. So it's one of those things where, you're almost willing to do anything just to, to feel relevant again. So,
I think sometimes we put up so many fronts in this country. Like I did for a long time. I mean, like when I made a certain amount of money, I always felt like, projected like I made more. I don't know. It's just you're always trying to keep up with the Joneses in this country, and there's always something that you're always chasing, but it's really not worth it. I mean, you like you said, you got to be happy with yourself. You got to do what you do to pay your bills and provide for your after, or your next chapter
right.
of life.
And you guys,
there's people out. There's probably people out listening to this. Not that we have a big audience, but I guarantee you, Fred, there's other people that are going to listen to the show. It's going to identify with this.
Yeah.
And
like both of you said too, I'm sitting in my little mini man cave upstairs, and you guys are saying that I'm surrounded by my retirement plan, with my card collection, and right now it's not like I haven't. I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been selling my hockey jerseys, my football jerseys on Macari and on Marketplace, to get some extra money. And if I can, if I could get what I know that this collection I have is probably worth quite a bit. No, it's probably worth quite a bit. I just got to find the right person to come in and evaluate it and give me a rough idea, and then if I put it out on auction or something like that, then maybe there's my plan. But
you have to find a reputable person though, man.
Yeah.
Don't
see, and that's the
be
thing.
careful with that shit. You don't want to let people in your house to, fucking case in the joint, and then you leave and suddenly don't have your collection anymore.
It's funny you say that, because I remember I have a Joe Montana rookie card that's pretty much near mint. Okay, and I got about 5 of them. And I took one of them to a card collector, and he says, "Hey, I'll give you $50 for it." And I'm like,
"It's rookie card?"
Yeah, it's rookie card. And I went on, I went through Beckett, and at that time He said his rookie card was worth $565. So obviously, when you take it to a card collector, he's not going to give you the $565. So I'm like, yeah, I think mine's a little higher. So I said, yeah, I'm gonna just hold on to it. And as I was walking out, I looked into one of his card showcases. There's a Joe Montana rookie card with the corner that was kind of split a little bit, and he had it in there for sale for $275. And I'm like, oh yeah. I said, hey, oh, nice card. Nice edges and stuff like that. So if that's worth $275, mine's at least worth $450.
All right, I just pulled it up. I'm gonna read some stuff because I just pulled up Joe Montana rookie card value. First one comes up on eBay, $139,999. So
holy shit, $139,000.
$139,000. Then there's one for 3,995, one for 300, one for 1,999. So I'm going to read to you what the description of a 1981 Topps Joe Montana rookie gem mint PSA 10 razor sharp. Do you know what those things mean?
Yep.
Okay, that's the one. It's at 139,900. The one for 3,995, a perfectly centered 1981 Topps Joe Montana RC PSA 9. So difference from a 10 to a 9 is apparently the one's 10%, or 1% the value of the other one.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
The 300 one is a 1981 Topps 216 Joe Montana San Francisco 49er rookie card PSA 7 387. So to Mike's point,
would I be disappointed with any one of those?
No, but you would really want, because the disparaging figures that
Sure
just as a simple person pulling up. I mean, you got to identify. You need someone that knows. So Joe Montana's official rookie card, a perfect gem mint copy PSA or SGC 10, is worth an average between $40,000 to $50,000 right now. That's what it's saying. This is reported on allvintagecards.com. So what you need to do is have someone that can help you. Like even someone like maybe like Kim Sonnenfeld, like she may not know cards, but she definitely knows how to resell. She would definitely know how to research and at least give you an idea. And then maybe you can have it evaluate.
Yeah, I just have to find somebody that evaluates cards and tells me, what the PSA is. I mean, I would say that most of my cards are the majority.
What's PSA? What is PSA?
It's basically what they do is they look at the clarity of the card, the centering of the card, and then the four corners, and making sure that there's no stains, nothing on the back. It's just a card that is flawless, like it came right off of the press, and they cut everything perfectly with the sharp edges and everything.
I just see that right now. Yep.
So I would say that.
Listen to this, Fred. If you go, have you heard that Beckett Card Grading Services, no membership, no charges? You can actually, I don't know the validity of this, and maybe someone else listening to this may know if that's a good idea or not, but there is something like Beckett Card Service. They probably will give you a valuation on the hope that they can,
right.
buy.
So I would tell you that most of my collection my cards would range anywhere from 7 to 10 as far as a PSA is concerned. Now, I mean, I'm sure I have some cards that as a kid, it's like, hey, I just threw them in a shoebox, or I threw them in they're all out of order. But it doesn't mean that if those cards stayed that way and never been touched, never been damaged, and you can pull them out individually and they'd still be in pretty good shape. I'm saying.
How many cards do you think you have in total? All your cards, hockey, baseball, football, NBA.
I wouldn't say. Seriously. I'm a paranoid fucker when
No, I don't mean the value. I'm just saying roughly.
Let's just say a lot. More than I can count.
100,000 cards?
No.
80,000. Over 100? Okay. Let's just take 100,000. And if you said you have probably a lot of famous players.
You get into dangerous territory here, right?
Oh, listen.
Fred's gonna have a target on his forehead.
Yep. No comment.
Listen, let's say we'll take a low value at $10 per card average. I would think that's a low average with some of the cards you could have.
Wow, that's $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, here's what you do, Fred. Whatever
put
you
him in
do,
a safety deposit box.
Wherever you go, you take your brother-in-law Jeff with you, man. You don't want it, seriously.
So, Mike, when you get a chance, when you come back home, I'll have you come up. We'll have a couple beers, and I'll show you my collection. You can tell me what you think.
Over 100,000 cards, you guys are gonna have like 2 cases of beer. You guys are gonna get fucking
we don't want to spill the beer on them. I mean,
right.
But,
so
yeah, I just had a flashback to watching 40-year-old version when he has all
he had all the
action figures.
No, that's an original box.
He's like, can you imagine being a kid and not being able to play with these toys? He's all distraught about it.
Right.
But you have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh man,
boys, I did have another topic, but I think I'm going to save it for next week.
Come on.
No, I got some phone calls to make. Obviously, you know the reason why. So I gotta take care of some business out. But I just wanted to say I thought it was a good show. I thought we had good topics. Very little sports, so I'm sure most of you out there were happy about that. Hey guys, again, I know it's the same spiel all the time. We're going to be on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. And the nice thing is you can go on there, you can click the notification, so you get notifications when we have new shows. You get a chance to give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. We don't care either way. You have a chance to comment on the show or give topics to us. We'd love to be able to do that.
God's sake, someone comment.
Yes, please.
Somebody.
Someone.
For the love of God.
Yes, so please. So
we'll pay you for a comment.
Yeah. We might even invite you on the show. So hey, appreciate all you loyal listeners and the people that are just checking our show out brand new. We'd love to have you around. Guys, always great to see you. And we'll be ready for next week. We'll have the full crew and maybe we'll have a guest on the show.
Nice.
So,
all right, guys.
All right. Great seeing you guys. Rob, good seeing you. Mike, peace.
Take it easy.
Everybody out there, be safe.
All right. Take it easy.
Peace.